30-24. Number 3 Michigan gets the win against number 2 Ohio State, Sam. That's 3 in a row. And just about an hour ago was Rod Moore, who secured the win with the clutch interception right around where we're standing right now, Sam. Just take me through the emotions of what's going through your mind as Michigan earns another trip to Indy.
What's up, Ryan Day? That's the move. What are you gonna say now, Ryan Day? That's what everybody wants to know. It was one bad half. It was 5 bad plays. Oh, it was that they had our signs. What is your excuse for being beat by a substitute teacher? You got beat by a substitute teacher. He didn't even have his so-called sign stealer guy, and you still got whooped. See, but it's one of those things where you should expect it, right? Because he ain't nothing but a substitute teacher himself. He is a substitute teacher in an AP class, and he messed it up. The syllabus is right there. He gave it to you. Urban Meyer gave you the syllabus to run this program. You didn't have to do nothing else. Just don't mess it up. You a valet driver. People don't need to know how you drive. Just park the car. It's a Lamborghini. All you got to do is park it. And yet, you want to show everybody it's about you. So the last 3 years, you can't figure out what to do, right? You know, first year, you think you got the better team. You're just going to run it up on them, right? No, that didn't work. Last year, we went to the Big 12 and got a coordinator, and he going to stop it, and then we going to put it on them at home. That didn't work. Now, we're going to get rid of his coach. We're going to get rid of all the sign stealer guy. We're going to get it all out the way, and you still got that ass kicked. I don't know what you going to do now. You begging Texas A&M for a job as far as I'm concerned. Hey, A&M, help Ryan Day out. Brother need a little charity. Can you help Ryan Day out? Can you give my man an olive branch? Hey, he'll give you a discount. You don't even have to pay him the $75 million that you just gave my man, right? He'll take 35 because he's looking for a way. I'm just saying, I'm trying to help. Cut me off. Don't cut me off. Stop it. Hey, Buckeyes trying to interfere. Listen, Buckeyes, I've been trying to tell y'all for a couple years now. See, y'all thought y'all had MJ. See, Urban Meyer is MJ. Now, what you got to understand is just because you got the initials, don't make you that guy. Marcus Jordan, his initials MJ, right? But he know he the kid. He know he got the inheritance. He didn't come in. He ain't out there trying to score, trying to win the championship. He just happy to walk in some Jordans, right? He happy to bask in Dad's glory. He's happy to get Scotty's old woman, right? Just enjoy the fruits of being MJ. That's all you had to do, right? Just enjoy the fruits, right? Enjoy the fruits of Urban Meyer. But no, it's got to be about Ryan Day, right? You got to make it about you. You got to tell everybody that they cheating over there. That was the excuse. So what's the excuse now, Josh?
There is no excuse.
What's the excuse when you come in here and you got the best receiver in the country and their number 1 DB is out and you still can't figure it out? They done gave you the answer. You don't even have to be a coach. My wife could have called those plays and you couldn't figure that out. You couldn't get that done. I don't understand why Ohio State fans are willing to put up with that. Y'all starting to come off to me like y'all Penn State fans. See, I told the truth about James Franklin. I said he was they paying Chris-style prices for a Boone's Farm coach. Y'all getting pretty close over there, Buckeyes. Y'all paying Chris-style prices for a Mad Dog 2020 coach. But Josh, I'm trying to help them out, trying to give them a little olive branch here and a little bit of advice. Take the charity. I tried to tell y'all last year, listen to me. Listen to me. Don't listen to my man, Zach Smith. See, here's what you got on. Zach Smith frustrated, right? Let's look at Zach Smith's his career path. So he went from being an assistant coach, right? Zach Smith, an assistant coach. Now he's a podcaster, right? That's an interesting career path, right? He went from a real woman to a blow-up doll. I'm just saying. This is where Zach Smith is, right? And I guess now he's taking the next step. We're gonna give him a little purple marker so he can color some bruises on it. Now he really getting up. That's where Zach Smith is right now. And that's who y'all listening to? You listening to Zach Smith? Come on, man. I'm trying to listen to me. Buckeyes, y'all helping my money out. Y'all subscribing to my site. Y'all putting my numbers up. I'm trying to return the favor. And y'all don't want to take the charity. Come on, man. Listen to Sam Webb. I mean, Scam, but I'd even let y'all call me Scam if y'all pay me. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to get you hyped, Sam. I'm just trying to get you hyped. Hey, bring the energy after this next question. All right, let's reel it back. No, I'm joking.
All right, we got to. So listen,
You don't even let me ask a question.
okay, I'm gonna let you ask a question. I was too fired up. We're gonna take a pause. We're gonna give CBS some video now. All right. Let me compose myself.
Goose
Now, understand. Now, folks, I'm about to go get live. That wasn't live. I'm about to go get live. We're gonna do an extra post game. Coming up here. I'm going over the Oscars bar in Saline. And I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna go live. And then I'm really gonna tell y'all how I feel about Ohio State and Ryan Day. But right now, what we got to do is we got to get serious about. I was serious, but we got to get PG about this game. So let's get PG about this game. Come on.
I mean, I got to get mentally ready. I'm fired up.
We got to give CBS some video. Come on. Let's give CBS some video.
All right, bear with me, people. I'm trying to calm down. Sam's energy is it's a aura right now. But Michigan, they get the job done. 3 in a row. Crying Ryan. He's still crying. Michigan, I think the statement of the game was that last drive, 6 minutes ago, roughly, and they just keep running the football. And I think you even had Roman Wilson, after the game. They asked him if he thought this team was tough, this defense was tough, and he was like, "No, they're not tough." And then Michigan put it right down the throat to close the game.
Let me clarify for a second. See, you put me on this track, so you wanted to get serious about the game, but I can't get off Ryan Day. See, Ryan Day thinks that when we say they're not tough, he thinks we're talking about their team. Ryan, we ain't talking about the team. We talking about you. We talking about you. Your team is tough. Your scheme is not. Your team is tough. Your scheme is not. Right? And so you try to adopt some toughness. You try to imitate toughness. And this is the result. Right? See, real toughness comes in here and beats Michigan down without their head coach, without their linebacker coach. They in the second half, they get down their best corner, and you still can't get it done. Don't know who to be. So again, ain't nobody talking about Ohio State, but all the Ohio State's players are tough. You see, y'all are victims in this. You got a coach who came in, finessed y'all up, gave y'all flags, and told y'all to go out there and play. Right? That's him. That's a Ryan Day thing. You should be begging Texas A&M to come pay him and take him off y'all hands. I'm just trying to give y'all a little advice, trying to help y'all out. Maybe y'all start listening to me, and I would just want a little commission. And my commission is keep subscribing to 75% off annual subscription right now on TMI. Come on, people. Come on.
Well, Ryan Day got picked off at third today. 3 in a row for Michigan. Let's take it back. 3 weeks. Jim Harbaugh suspended these past 3 games. I mean, emotionally, what's your thoughts about what this win means for this program, what Sharon Moore was able to do when a lot of people were doubting them outside of Ann Arbor, and just what they were able to pull off today?
This was a fantastic victory. Fantastic. You had Sharon Moore come in here and outcoach a seasoned coach with all the advantages, right? Now, he has an identity as a coach. 4 games as a head coach, and he has an identity, right? Don't get too cute. At the end of the day, we still a smash mouth team, and put your best players in position to make plays the whole game from beginning to end. And understand he had limitations. Did you notice they didn't run J.J. McCarthy today on the design run? Did you notice that? When it came time to run a design quarterback run, he put Alex Orji in the game. That should tell you something. For all the people that were talking last week about, oh man, too conservative. And granted, in game, I was one of those people. But we went back and we watched the tape, right? And there were some things that didn't add up. You watch the first play of the game, it's an RPO. J.J. McCarthy done missed that read, right? You see on the second series, he hits Roman with the pass. J.J. McCarthy is not the kind of guy that's going to lead his receiver into destruction. That's not J.J. And then the next play is a shot play that people didn't see because they don't see the all 22. It's a touchdown, a play action pass touchdown. Now, why is J.J. McCarthy missing these passes? Did it seem like out of the ordinary? It had to. And the reason why it was out of the ordinary, because the man was banged up. The man was banged up. You spend a week in treatment. I mean, how much practice are you really having, right? And so you got to figure out a way to get out of there. Now, the onus was upon the coaches that even in a situation where your quarterback isn't playing well, how do you get him rhythm? And so you see how they came out in this game. Immediately, you could see the objective We're still going to run this football, but we're going to get our quarterback in rhythm. First 2 passes he threw were bad balls. And it was incumbent upon Sharon to not get knocked off of the resolve to get his quarterback some rhythm. And that wound up being true. You see those tight window throws he threw? The tight window throw to Roman for a touchdown. The pinpoint throw between a couple of defenders to Coast and Loveland. You don't get that if you don't establish rhythm for your quarterback early in the game. And you have to be committed to it because it's very easy to be intoxicated by the run. But now you got to figure out, how do I open up my run game, which all year long has been contingent upon the success. When it's wildly successful, it's contingent upon my quarterback, namely number 9, being a piece of that puzzle. And that was clearly off the table today. Clearly off the table today. They did not run J.J. McCarthy on one designed run. Think about that for a second. Yeah. That is a coach who says, I got to figure out a way. So he gets the Alex Orgy thing going, right?
Yeah.
And relies and put your quarterback. Say, listen, the only time you're going to run is improv situations, right? We know those situations are going to come up, but we aren't going to add to the equation by calling runs for you. And they still figured out a way. And the run of the day was after Zach Zenner goes down, one of the leaders of this team. Yeah. And that insert zone that he called, that pop for a touchdown, right after that, terrific call. Terrific call.
Yeah, a very emotional moment in the game. Zinner going down with that appears to be a broken ankle. We're still waiting on word on that. But it was very eerily similar, very familiar to the same play that Blake ran against Penn State 2 weeks back. Sort of put that game out of hand. Blake sort of just gave the momentum's just sort of shifted with that run. And Michigan sort of just took over from there.
Yeah, man. You see, this is the difference in coaching. You put his hand behind his back. You don't give him his coach. You take his quarterback running off the table, and he figures out a way.
Right.
He figures out a way. That's coaching.
Yeah.
Josh Newkirk. Now you look at Ryan Day.
Maybe Texas A&M should be calling.
Well, listen,
hey, that was a hell of a performance today.
You look at Ryan Day. Now he's been blessed with great quarterbacking over the last few years, right? And so now he gets in this situation where you don't have that quarterback, and he wants to boast about how tough he is. Again, how tough his team is. His team's tough. His scheme is not, right? Imitator, pretender, a stranger when it comes to toughness, right? So that's why it crumbles in the face of real adversity, right? And so we get out here and we see that it was a little tougher. They got 100 yards rushing, but could they impose their will from start to finish like the tough team he was making them out to be would, right? All those advantages, and you couldn't get it done. So to me, all these people giving him credit for how much tougher he is, that's like giving a dude who's paying child support credit for paying child support. He didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice. He did the only thing that he could do was try to run the football, and he still couldn't get it done.
This guy's on fire today. And you mentioned Ohio State's offense, obviously going against this Michigan defense. Yeah, there was some bumps along the road. You knew it was going to be a close game and a hard-fought game. You know, Ohio State was able to do some things offensively. They did have Marvin Harrison Jr. is no joke. He's the real deal top 5 pick. But it came down to it, Michigan still made the plays that they needed to make in the end. You had the Will Johnson interception, set the tone earlier in the game, set up Michigan's first score. And then obviously Rod Moore game.
Yeah, man.
At the end.
Yeah.
I mean, really just you got to tip your hat to Michigan coming up big when they needed to come up big.
Absolutely. That's the story of this team. You think about last week, every time that defense was had their back against the wall, when Maryland had a chance to take the lead, that defense stood up. And so you had a key sequence in this game. Ohio State goes down and they score a touchdown. And this to me was the pivotal moment in this game. The offense, they needed a long drive because Ohio State, it was the one time they started looking like Urban, right? They started looking like Urban had coached them. I don't know if Urban had given him the script for a series, but he was actually looking like he was going to be patient with the run and it was going to work, right? And it worked for a series. It worked for a series. And Michigan had to have a long, not just a drive, a long drive, and one that you score on, preferably a touchdown. They do that. And then what does the defense come out and do? 3 and out, Josh. That's great complimentary football, man. Yeah. That is the key sequence in this game. Michigan goes down, gets a field goal. Now they have a 10-point lead, and they're playing with house money the rest of the way.
Yeah, Michigan scored on all 4 of its possessions in the second half, 16 points, and they just were just all, and they needed every one of them. I mean, tip your hat to James Turner, clutch kicking from the Michigan Wolverine place kicker, huge kicks from him. Everything was needed. They put everything on the table and came through in the clutch, and now they're going to Indy.
Now they're going back to Indy against an Iowa team that's tough, that's physical, doesn't score a lot of points, right?
Well, let me set that up then, Sam. All right, we can use this video for later in the week. Well, Ohio State is behind us. I know you're going to be talking about them later today at Oscars, but we're going to talk about Iowa. You got Iowa coming up. They're 10-2. They're arguably the worst 10-2 football team I've ever seen. They barely score points. Is this game easy to overlook, or you just think this Michigan team is just so well prepared they'll handle their business once they go down to Iowa or Indy?
What have you seen from this team to make you think there's a chance they won't be focused on this game?
Well, I wasn't asking myself.
No, I mean it's kind of.
Are you countering?
It's kind of a rhetorical
There is nothing
question
that makes me believe that Michigan will not win this game by 3 touchdowns.
if they haven't been distracted by. I mean, getting questions in the press conference. Do you think you had an unfair advantage early in the season? Over bums. Over bums. What are we talking about? An advantage over teams that they beat by 4 touchdowns? What? So they would have beat them by 3? Are you kidding me? Are we really sitting here talking about the advantage you had over Rutgers? See, Ohio State needed an advantage over Rutgers, not Michigan. They didn't need an advantage over any of those teams. So what are we talking about? Why is this a thing? But they haven't been distracted by that, right? You take their head coach away. They go on the road, break a foot off in James Franklin. Oh, you take their linebacker coach away. They go on the road and pull one out against Maryland. And then they come in here today with their quarterback banged up. That's the biggest one, right? Your number 1 corner goes out basically the last quarter of the game.
Yeah.
Did you see any signs of faltering?
No.
Did you see any signs of folding up like a tent? You didn't see any of that, right? No, there's no way this team. The only thing that's missing is Cade McNamara. That would have made this so much sweeter. That is, see, now this game gets a lot more interesting if Cade, but see, Cade's not out there, so the game has a little less intrigue. But Michigan, there's no way they overlook it, Josh. They're going to handle their business because they've been in this place before. They know that you got to take every step. You can't skip steps, right? We first, it was get past the Big Ten championship, right? Then you get to a Georgia team. Now everyone says, all right, we know that they're better. You come to next year, though, everyone's assuming they're beating TCU. Everyone says, and then what happened? So this team they're conditioned.
Yeah. They're
conditioned to not skip steps. They will not skip next week's step. You get past that, now you got a chance to really get healed up. We're talking about bumps and bruises. Will Johnson had a little thing he tweaked in practice this week. It got aggravated during the game. I don't think it'll keep him out during the game, but that's why you got to get through this Iowa game. Now you got a few weeks to get healed up, get ready to go, and go back to the playoffs, baby.
Hey, all I got to say, see you 7 days in Indy. That's going to wrap up our coverage here.
So listen. Hey, folks, it's not over. We got another one coming. I'm going over the Oscars right now on the post-game show. We're going to do another live, and we're going to break it down. I need Josh to cut this up. I need you to cut out all the parts about Ryan Day. Make this a nice, concise video for CBS, because, we can't get all saucy with the CBS video. That's just for you, the people here in the stream. But I'm going to give you what you're looking for. I'm going to give you more of what you're looking for. And I say give me about 30 minutes to make it over to Oscars, and then we're going to go live as soon as I get there, all right? So join me over there, folks.
That's going to wrap it up.